Can you still get a free wedding in 2024 and even 2025? That's a question I'm hearing from people. Let's talk about that. Hey, this is Jack with Vacationese. Do me a favor and subscribe to my videos. As you know, I do post new videos every Tuesday. So you may have been reading that you can get free this, free that when planning a destination wedding at a resort in Mexico, the Caribbean, Jamaica, wherever. Well, over time, the freebies have gotten minimal. But let's talk about if you still can get anything free in terms of planning your wedding, if you're planning a wedding in 2024 and even 2025. So the first thing is ceremonies. What I will tell you is, yes, you can get a free ceremony at most resorts. Okay, so how does that work? Some of the resorts will require X number of room nights that you as the bride and groom stay. So if you're planning a small wedding, maybe just the two of you, if you're there typically for 7 nights, they will give you a free ceremony. Now the ceremony will be basic. It may have a cake, it may have some sound, it may have a minister or a justice of the peace, but you can earn a free ceremony if just the two of you. Now what if you're going to have more people? So as you look at various resorts, many of the resorts will still have free ceremonies dependent upon the number of rooms you book for your guests. Now what I'm seeing is that number of rooms is typically 10 rooms. I see some resorts that may say 8, some may 15, but what I'm seeing is 10 rooms is what's required if your guests staying at that resort as part of your room block, which you've worked with us, Vacationese, or your travel planner, whoever you're working with under your contract. Now, when you look at the free ceremony, many of the resorts, the package probably has a value of $1,000. As an example, Charisma Resorts, I think that they say their package is worth $980, and dependent upon the time of the year, if you have 6 rooms booked with them, you get the package for free. A lot of times at the Dreams Resorts or the Secrets Resorts or at Royalton Resorts, you can get a free wedding ceremony, which will include, again, a location, a private location. It will include the officiant. It will include some chairs and a little bit of decor. And the nice thing is, again, it's free. And if you want to upgrade, you can do that. Other resorts, you may need more number of rooms or more people to get the free ceremony. But I would say still for 2025 or planning in 24, you can get a free wedding ceremony with most of the better resorts in Mexico and the Caribbean. You just have to talk to your travel planner up front and say to them, hey, when you're looking at resorts for me, what can you get me for free? Now let's look at other stuff you can get for free. So as an example, many other resorts will give free rehearsal dinners. The interesting thing about that is you really have to look at this and talk to your travel planner about this. If you look at the fine print, they will give you free rehearsal dinners for between 10 to 30 people. The problem is the fine print will typically say semi-private event. So what is a free rehearsal dinner semi-private event? That typically means at the resort's discretion, they will tell you where you can have this rehearsal dinner. It's not going to be a location you choose because it's semi-private. My experience over the years is that this free semi-private rehearsal dinner will be some restaurant at the resort and you will be on a limited menu. So what I tell our clients is, if you are thinking of having a rehearsal dinner, which many do for 20 people, 30 people, whatever it is, and you want to make speeches and you're going to get loud and everybody's going to make toast, forget the value of that free semi-private rehearsal dinner. Now most weddings will have a welcome party or a cocktail party for arrival. I am seeing that some resorts will still provide a 1-hour free cocktail party. Now again, you have to look at the fine print on this. As an example, with the Dreams Resorts, Breathless Resorts, Secrets Resorts, Zoetry resorts, as of today, and I am filming this in April of 2024, you can still get a free cocktail party. Now, the fine print, you have to have 10 rooms booked as part of your room block, and you will get a 1-hour cocktail party. It is just drinks only. It is private. The nice thing is, if you want to extend it, you can, and or if you want to add food, you can also. But it is a free party. It's real. In terms of, as an example, with the Dreams Resorts, when you work with the wedding team, or let's take a step back, when you work with your travel planner to plan and look at your events, you can identify the location you want for that free cocktail party, for your welcome party up front, and we can ask the resort, hey, on Thursday night, we want to do a welcome party. We want to use the free event. Can you tell us what time and what locations you have available? And if they have them, they'll give us a list of them, and you can block that. You can earn a free welcome party or a free cocktail hour with private event for your wedding. Now, the last free thing that everybody wants is a free reception, okay? Almost forget about it. If we look at, a given location, let's look at Mexico, Riviera, Cancun, Riviera Maya area. There's like 200 resorts down there. And I would say there's 50 of them that are amazing for destination weddings. But if I look at those 50 resorts, only a handful, really just a small handful, still has free receptions. So if you are a bigger group, let's say 25 rooms or more, that's kind of a medium group that's getting larger, you really want to let your travel planner know up front, hey, I think we're going to have 50 to 100 people. Are there any resorts that I can get a bunch of free stuff? Specifically, I want a free reception. There are, like I said, if I think about Riviera Maya, you have maybe 5 to 10 resorts today that still will provide you a free reception. Now, when I talk about a free reception, it's real. And it can save you $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 if you like the resort. It would include a basic setup, menus, a lot of menus. They're not just limiting you as to what they want to give you, an open bar, the linens and everything. Now, it's not going to include the DJ, the photography, but it's going to include all the stuff that if you go to a resort that doesn't have that perk, you're going to be paying for. There are other resorts like, just to name one, Generations in Riviera Maya. While they don't give you a free reception, what they have now is a promotion where they'll give you dollars towards the reception. And what I've seen is if you stick with one of the base menus, you can basically get your reception for free. And the other thing is their planners, just kind of an off-the-note cuff, is their planners are amazing to deal with in terms of customizing your events. Now, let's go back to the fact that if you have a large group, let's say 25 to 30 rooms or more, then I would say to you, everything we've talked about in this video of getting all this free stuff, if you do have 25 to 30 rooms, there are probably 5 to 10 resorts today that have some promotions that would get you, believe it or not, a rehearsal dinner for free, a welcome party free, and your reception for free. So I think you really have to take time. This is very important of why you want to work with an experienced travel planner, because they will look for you and be your advocate to see, are there any resorts that offer free things? Are these free things worthwhile? And how can we work with you, our client, to find these things? Now, the last other item outside of your private events for free are rooms. So pretty much all the hotels, every one of the hotels will give free rooms. Now, the issue is it varies by what they're providing to you. In some cases, it may be just a free room to the bride and groom. In other cases, you may earn free rooms based upon how many rooms you have booked. In some cases, while we talk about free rooms, you actually will not get the free rooms because the resorts don't calculate the free rooms until 30 days or 15 days prior, and everybody's paid. But hold on, so you don't think anybody's misleading you. You will actually get the money back for those free rooms. I'm going to probably do a video on this because there's a lot of questions about how free rooms work, because the resorts are out there advertising get free rooms, but it's almost impossible to use them other than a few resorts. So bottom line is, look, 2024 planning time for late 24, even 2025, yes, there is still a bunch of free stuff. Summary is, the more rooms you book for your guests, the more free stuff of value you're going to get. You will see resorts give you some free stuff, but to me, there's some stuff that just is of no value. So I think that's really the important thing, going back to finding a travel planner that has experience in doing destination weddings and going through proposals from the resorts they're receiving and going over them with you and explain to you what's real and not. Because what I'm finding is these resorts do a great job of making you think they're giving you amazing stuff, but some of it is just worthless and some truly is amazing. And sorting through that is very important so you can have an amazing, amazing destination wedding. Hopefully this is helpful. If you need help planning your wedding, Vacationees is here to help. And if we can't, we have other friends that can. But feel free to leave comments if you have any questions. And this is Jack with Vacationees.